Welcome again to the third tutorial of Python. In this tutorial, I will show you how we can work in Python on different type of operators. Operators are basically constructs which can manipulate the value of operands, and there are different type of operators in Python which are arithmetic operator, comparison operators, assignment, logical, bitwise, membership, identity, and all of these operators have different purposes, which is really helpful in using different programs. So we will discuss all of these arithmetic operators one by one. First, let's start with the the addition operator, which is like, let's suppose if you want to add two numbers. So it's really helpful if you want to subtract two numbers and multiply two numbers and divide two numbers. And also, if you want to take a modulus of a number, you can use the modulus operator. And if you want to take the exponential power on a number, so how you can say like 2 power 2, this should comes out to be 4. And if you want to do division but you want the results to be like results should be in a quotient in which the digits after the decimal point are removed, like a floor division. So for this purpose you have to use like double divide operator. Okay, so if I run all of this, you will see here that I'm getting all the results here, like 3, -1, 2, and all of these things. So this is arithmetic operators, and you can use them into day-to-day operations. The next thing is comparison operators. The comparison operators are, by the way, you can comment all of these things by, if you are on command prompt, so you can press command and the question mark sign, and it will like comment your code here. If you press it again, it will uncomment. So come back to the comparison operators. The comparison operators is like, if you want to compare two numbers, let's suppose I have like this number and I just want to check if both of these numbers are equal, and I just want to run them. You can see it either returns true or false. So A is not equal to B, and the result comes out to be false. If I just want to check if A is not equal to B, then it will say true, because A is not equal to B. A is greater than B. You can say is less than B. You can say A is greater than equals to B. You can say A is less than equals to B, and vice versa. So if I run all of this, you can say that A is equals to B, this comes out to be false. A not equal to B, this comes out to be true because A is not equal to B. A is greater than B, this is also false because A is not greater than B. A is less than B, this is true. A is greater than equals to B, this is false. A is less than equals to B, this is true. So this is the comparison relational operators, which you can use in different variations. Now come back to another section, the assignment operators. The assignment operators is like, if you want to, let's suppose I have two numbers and want to hold the result of the addition of these numbers into another variable. So this is called the assignment operator. Okay, now if I want to like say something like d equals to d c plus equals to a, so this is going to print for me something like the result is 400, and 400 plus 100 comes out to be 500, so this should print 500. So this is equivalent to something like c is equals to c plus a. So in short terms we can write something like this. Let's suppose if I want to like subtract something from c, so it comes out to be 300, because 400 was the result over here and I subtracted 100 from the c, so it should come out to be 300. C minus equals to a is equivalent to c minus a. If you perform something like this, so it is equivalent to c equals to c into a, and if you perform something like this, so it is equivalent to something like this thing. Okay, so this is like the assignment operators, and it's really helpful in the longer run, because like if you want to write something in a short notation, so you can write it like this. Okay, the next thing is this is called the bitwise operator. And the bitwise operators are basically used for binary numbers. It works on a bits and do bit by bit operation. So I will give you an example here. For example, let me just comment this. For example, I have a equals to 60 and b equals to 13. So in binary format, these numbers comes out to be like 0 0 1 1. Okay, so in binary format this comes out to be like this. Okay, and the b comes out to be like this. All right, so now if I want to perform certain operations on these numbers, so the first operation is the AND operator. The a and b will come out to be like this. The a and b works like if both of these zeros are same, so the result will be 0. If both of these numbers are 1, so the result would be 1. So what I will get here is if either of the number is 0, then I will get 0. So I will get like 4 zeros, double 1 and double 0. Okay, and if I just say like the OR operator, okay, then I will have like if any of the number is 1, so I will get 1, so I will get the result something like this. Okay, and if I say the binary XOR operator, so the binary XOR operator means that it copies the bit if it is set in one operand but not in both, and it is done like this. The binary operation, if performed on these numbers, comes out to be this. You can check the documentation on the binary numbers online, but the purpose of this is that the Python also supports these operations here also, and the ones complement can be calculated like this, and the ones complement of a comes out to be this. So it's pretty helpful in many cases, like if you want to use them into day-to-day operations, if you're working on binary numbers. Okay, so the next part is what's this called, Python logical operators. And logical operators are basically and, or, and not. Okay, so the logical operators is basically, let's suppose if I have a that is true and b equals to true, and if I say a and b, so this should print true because both of them are true. But if I say one of them is false, so it will say that this whole operation is false. Okay, if I say a or b, if one of them is true, so it's going to print like true because one of them is true. The other operator is not, a or b comes out to be true, but if I wrap this like this, not, so it comes out to be false. Let me not, yes, it's in a shorthand notation like this, not. If I run this, it comes out to be false. A or b comes out to be true, and not of a or b comes out to be false. This is the logical operators. Then it comes out to be the membership operators, which is something like if you are working on lists. Since we haven't covered lists, but basically list is something like, you know, numbers. Let's suppose we have like 3 numbers, and I just want to like check like if a certain number exists inside these numbers or not. So I would just say if one in nums. Okay, so what should happen if one in nums? Then I would like to print one exists in numbers, else one doesn't exist in numbers. So this in operator will basically check if this one exists inside these numbers. So since it exists, so one exists in these numbers. If I say 10, it will say it doesn't exist. Okay, so these are basically the certain operators in Python which you can use, and hopefully you have covered the basic idea of these operators. If you have any question and you don't understand something, please let me know in the comment section and I will answer you there. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel, so it helps me in building more and more videos. Thank you.